Hi, my name is Roger. This is Mr. Rogers' Math Corner, and I'm here to help you solve problems you will definitely see in your math class. So today we're going to do greatest common factor, GCF. This is not to be confused with least common multiple. To find LCM, or least common multiple, see my video here. So, especially with greatest common factor, we have to remember what a factor is. So a factor is a number that when multiplied by another number will give you the number you started with. Okay, the definition of greatest common factor is the largest factor that is smaller than or equal to your starting number. Okay, so what does that mean? What are factors? And then here's how to find them. So you're going to list all the numbers that multiply to give you the number. So when I give you an example, this will make it much clearer. So let's look at this. We want to find the greatest common factor of 12 and 6. Well, what are factors anyway? Factors are two numbers that will multiply to give me 12. So whenever doing greatest common factor, you're always going to start with 1 and the number, because those are factors. All right? If you remember prime numbers only have two factors, which is 1 and itself. Like 3. The only factors of 3 are 1 and 3. The only factors of 7 are 1 and 7. But if it's not a prime, it has more factors than that. So 12 has 1 and 12. What else? So what I recommend is you go in order. Start at 1, go to 2, go to 3 if you can. So 2. Well, is 2 a factor of 12? Yes, because 2 times 6 is 12. What about 3? Yes. 3 times 4 is 12. And then if I either end up with the same number or they're just one digit apart, that means I've covered all of the bases. All right? So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. All right? Let's do it with 6. So 6, again, you start with 1 and the number. So 1 and 6, then go to 2. Is 2 a factor of 6? Yes, 2 times 3. And again, I have numbers that are next to each other. There's no other numbers that I can do. So the factors of 6 are 1, 6, 2, and 3. All right? So now, to find the greatest common factor, remember it said the largest that is common to both is the greatest common factor. Because 1 is a factor of both, 2 is a factor of both, 3 is a factor of both, but it isn't the largest. You want the largest or the greatest. So the greatest there, the largest, is 6. So the greatest common factor of 12 and 6 is 6. And if you remember from the definition, okay, the definition said is smaller than or equal to the numbers. So 6 is equal to 6. That is okay. All right? It can be equal to one of the numbers. So let's look at another one. Let's say, what is the greatest common factor of 10 and 15? So 10 is 1 and 10, as usually 1 and the number. 2 and 5, okay? Now, you look, you say, okay, what do I have between 2 and 5? I have 3 and 4. Does 3 go into 10 evenly? No. Does 4 go into 10 evenly? No. So therefore, I know I'm done. I know I got all of the factors. 15, 1 and 15. Does 2 go into 15? No. Does 3? Yes. 3 times 5. The missing number is 4. Will 4 go into 15? No. So we know that we've covered them all. This is one of the most important things when you're doing greatest common factor, is don't cherry pick. In other words, if you get a number like 36 and you say, oh yes, 6 times 6, don't do that. Start with 1, go to 2, go to 3, go to 4, make sure you cover them all. Okay? So here, again, 1 is a factor of both. 1 is a factor of any number. But I'm looking for the largest, the greatest common factor. And of course, the greatest number is 5. So therefore, the greatest common factor of 10 and 15 is 5. Let's look at an example. A florist is making bouquets from 18 roses and 30 tulips. All will include roses and tulips. If all the bouquets are identical, how many can be made? So you're going to look for the greatest common factor, because I'm going to say, okay, that's the number of tulips and roses that I'm going to put together to make a bouquet. So we're going to look at 18. So again, we're going to start with 1 and 18. Okay. Does 2 go into 18? Yes. 2 times 9. Does 3 go into 18? Yes. 3 times 6. Now, my missing numbers are 4 and 5. Will 4 go into 18? No. Will 5 go into 18? No. So I know I've covered everything. I have all of the factors of 18. Let's look at 30. So we're going to start again with 1 and 30. Does 2 go into 30? Yes, 2 times 15. Does 3 go into 30? Yes, 3 times 10. Does 4 go into 30? Nope. Does 5? Yes, 5 times 6. And now I have numbers that are 1 digit apart, so I know that I've covered all of the possible factors. So the factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. The factors of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. So notice they do have 2 is a common factor, but it's not the greatest. 3 is a common factor. It's not the greatest. What is the greatest common factor? The greatest common factor is 6. Okay? So therefore, 6 bouquets can be made using roses and tulips. So there is our lesson on greatest common factor. Go see my lesson on least common multiple, and then you'll have everything all put together. And now for the math joke of the day. What is a math teacher's favorite season? Summer. And that was my producer laughing. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment. And if there's a math problem that you want to see that I don't have a video on, please let me know. And chances are I'll create that video for you.